Welcome to Upside DIY. I'm trying to finish this aquarium. I'm going to actually have to turn it to the other side. That back panel is going to be, and then it's going to bring back, or it's going to allow me access to the back and to the front of this aquarium, and I should be finished sealing it up. First I prepped and cleaned the outside, and then I finished sealing the inside, which is the bottom panel. While I was gluing the other edges, I set it up so that the bottom would actually be dripping away. I would use gravity and things, so I finished up sealing this aquarium by siliconing the bottom part and using a popsicle stick and smoothing out the edges. I know there's some debris. I can see some of the debris and stuff throughout the tank. Some places that I could scrape off and things. It's getting almost ready to be sealed. It should be a pretty good seal. It's a lot better, knowing that, it was pretty affordable. It was affordable. I got to move this aquarium cover, everything. I had to go back and redo this. Honestly, it's one of my blunder jobs, but I finished drilling the rest of these holes and things. I didn't drill all the way through. So these are a little bit of a false rivet. It's not totally done correctly, but it holds together still. It's still holding together nicely. And I'll be able to put it onto this aquarium when everything dries up, when I turn it to the other side and clean up this bottom part with a razor blade. I just actually use peroxide and water and things like that, and cleaned up the inside with water before I applied I had a lamp. This lamp pretty much helped me make sure I saw everything. There was a small chip in this on the outside underneath the trim, but then I cleaned it up and things, and I just ran the razor and I sealed up the whole bottom part. And when dirt and stuff gets down there, it can crack the glass, so I cleaned all of that up hopefully and sealed it. I used a razor blade to clean it, and then while I was sealing it, I laid the bead first, and then I used the razor blade to get most of the bubbles out. But sealing the bottom part, I did feel unevenness and things, and I got to use a popsicle stick to scrape off whatever, and finish off holding the popsicle stick close enough to the glass and things like that, and creating the bottom seal. It pretty much finishes it up. Sealing the whole aquarium is sealing the bottom in a day or two when everything else is dry. I'm pretty thankful to have a lot of this type of glue. I made some DIY videos on this cover, but at the end this hinge popped back off, so I got to re-glue it. But I was mixing pretty much this 5-minute epoxy, and I'm gonna let it set for probably a day to really finish up this aquarium cover. And while I'm making this, so I was just drilling inside these holes. These things are glued on with the fitting, with fitting it onto the aquarium. I had to remove this filter and put it right there and stuff. So I'm just talking through the last things that I did. This, you mix up this glue, but when you finish off, you pull the syringe back. So this is the real good syringes. But for what I was doing and heating up this material and this glue right away caused one of the but that's okay, at least one of them's getting really glued down hopefully, and I could go back and glue the other. I'm not really going for that much of a look right now or anything, but the reason why it popped off was I actually had the t-shirt that beige shirt where the drill's sitting on. I had that underneath it, so maybe it created something imbalanced. I don't know, but the glue dried up, and I was able to move the cover at least. But yeah, I measured out everything. I used a nice ruler, so I could actually put this away, hopefully, and then right, and then I would actually finish gluing up. But I need to use it for one more aquarium, that aquarium, and I just want to use this glue to place the hinges. So this glue is $6, but you know, it was a good find because the other glues were a little more expensive. So, and I've been using Gorilla Glue. I've used probably around $60 worth of glue. So, you know, $40 to $60 to, you know, to finish up what I need and have fun with gluing things. It's pretty good. But yeah, let this glue dry for at least one day if you can. But sometimes people can get away with faster drying times. But I'm really excited I got back onto fixing this aquarium. You know, I siliconed underneath the top trim, hopefully, and you know, had it sitting you know, as you know, as good as I can and things. But this top trim needs some work on it. I need to probably use the scraping tool and then just scrape off whatever I can before I really finish up adding the cover. But that's going to be probably in a couple of days, and it should be sealed up. And even getting the small little chip, there was a little chip created by the dirt that got trapped between the glass and the trim and things, and I got to clean that out really nicely with peroxide and a razor blade, and I just wedged the razor blade against the glass and just went back and forth and cleaned out the whole trim, wiped off any excess with like a sock or something, which is like, you know, just wipe off any excess, cover up what you can with one towel, wipe up the other, and you know, I can, you know, with the next epoxy 5-minute things, I can actually repair this little chip, a little bit of a chip too, and even the outside of the glass can be really sealed up nicely just to recondition and save pretty much this aquarium for really good use. I would actually glue the outside, so I might go back and try to do that after, you know, working from the bottom up and then going from there, because when the water drains or drips off of the aquarium, it's going to all collect at the bottom. So with the layering, working at the bottom first, it really waterproofs, because all the stuff isn't going to go inside the crack and more on of a but yeah, the inside of this aquarium is actually gluing. So, you know, really nice job doing the inside with and scraping off what I can with a popsicle stick, pretty much leveling out. That's probably the main place that's not as glued and leveled. So I finished it off just doing the bottom part with this epoxy glue, which seems to be working really good. You know, a lot of the marketing and things, I would have the glue there and show you guys, but it's Gorilla Glue. So I pretty much use the syringe type, and there's other spray stuff. I actually was fixing a smoke detector, so I've got this smoke detector, but it was expired, so I'm gonna have to clean up this wall and probably put in a new one. And I just clean it with silicone for now. Just patch it up with silicone. And I got a spray bottle and I filled it up with Windex. I'm going to try to use dishwashing detergent. I have a lot of that stuff. So I'm going to use a lot of Windex and things. And this is actually battery operated. There's 2A batteries in there, and you can see a little small motor. So, and a diaphragm. So this is becoming interesting that I put it on the for, you know, whatever spray bottles I have. And you could really find, oh, here's some cooktop clean. No, maybe it's not cook glass, and cleans and shines glass, ceramic. So yeah, I might be able to put that in there, cooktop cleaner. But hopefully I'll use this first and not really mix the two. So yeah, I got to start on this aquarium. But you know, at the final part of drilling in the holes, I'm gonna have to wait a little bit because it's, you know, it's just going to be that way, and I'm gonna have to let this stuff really dry nice, or you know, all the way, maybe for a few hours, and then I could try to finish drilling. So that's why I have that drill bit there. I have a wastebasket here, and there's, you know, pretty much that nice cover. That's going to probably, you know, be for this aquarium by tomorrow, because all this glue in there and around the bottom trim I cleaned out, I prepped it out. It's sealing up, you know, with some really nice hard glue. It's a really good thing, and the chip is actually filling in that, you know, using the razor blade to clean up the seals, and, you know, with some water and peroxide, just clean it up first, and, you know, wiping off everything, taking out the razor blade, cleaning that off, and then siliconing the or epoxying. I just ran a bead and ran the razor blade inside the bead, and then I started to really seal up that aquarium or the bottom trim part. So it was a really good DIY part, and I was able to do two sides already, and pretty much by tomorrow I'll be able to do the back, and then I'm going to do the whole top. I might as well just clean up the trim on the whole top on one try, and then finish cleaning up this for the cover, and then yeah, I'll be pretty excited if this will actually hold fish and things. But I have a lot of aquarium supplies. I was thinking of terrarium supplies. I was thinking of, you know, with some of these plants or things like that, I might as well just try to keep it as a terrarium. I'm not 100% sure. And then, you know, just designing this room, I can put a table, like a row or a table, and I could really, you know, create more of a situation in here, pretty much gluing and painting or something like that. But I do want to put it in the door before I do a lot of other things. I'm trying to clean out, like I mentioned, plant these in the backyard, see if I get some good fruit growing. You know, I'm just going to plant all of my jackfruits in the backyard, and hopefully someday they'll grow, you know. But for now, they're doing good inside this room, and I could always do some more, you know, with the pots that I'm getting back out. So there's quite a bit of DIY. It's all looking looking to work and things like that, and manage to make a video and, you know, keep myself busy and sharing my time and what I learned. So I do want to seal up this part of the glass. So I'm, you know, I might do that, you know, pretty much when it's upside down or something like that. I'm going to try to probably glue a little bit up and then have the bottom, have it upside down, and really finish up and cleaning up the top trim, bottom trim, top trim, really cleaning up, finishing that stuff off. And this stuff is going to really finish up my fish room, and then I could you know, have that to work on, keep me busy, and finish up planting and growing these this year. So thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a nice day.